Hey everyone, I just had to do my quick little sound checks and video check and all that kind of stuff. So thank you to Dan McCoy from Tech Subluxation for helping me come up with my checklist before I go live, because I have definitely had tech issues, and any of you who do very many Facebook Lives, you can probably identify with that. So as promised, I said I was going to be coming to you live about the post that I made today, which asked the question, do you expect all of your team members, regardless of their position, to pick up trash on the floor if they see it, or shine the bathroom if that's what's needed? So some of the comments were, and if you're joining me, like, put a comment like where you're joining me from, and if there are other things that you expect your team members to do, put those down too. I'm like so excited about this Facebook Live. I just have to tell you. So Pam Hahn said, yep, always. Dr. Mark Romano said, yep, it's just part of our culture. Dr. McCare, yeah, we expect team members to do whatever it takes. I love that. That's right, whatever it takes. We're a team, right? Namarta Paul, yeah, absolutely, indeed, everyone. Dr. Celeste, absolutely. I mean, everyone is absolutely, yep, I do. I love Lizette Eckert's, absolutely not my job means you have no job with me. Oh, booyah. I love that, Lizette. Dr. Kelly, yeah, absolutely. Bill Toth, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Dr. Amy says, I have had team members in the past who thought they were above the CAs in the practice and they didn't last very long. Sadly, these were Chiro interns. Dr. Liz Anderson Peacock, mwah, happy healing, my friend. She said, absolutely, and I'm willing to do it too. And I agree. I think that, and Dr. Gilles Lamarche said the same thing. Like, I wouldn't ask my team members to do anything that I wouldn't do. And I'm so glad you guys said that. So here's the scoop. Every single member of your team, just like you would expect them to pick up trash, just like you would expect them to shine the bathroom if it needed it, is responsible for sales. I said it. They're responsible for sales. You're responsible for sales, and so are they. So get into the habit of, if you have a team member who is collecting a paycheck from your office, which is all of them, they're responsible for sales. They're responsible to help individuals go from uninterested to interested to committing to chiropractic care, whether it's them scheduling appointments in your office or collecting payment, but they are responsible to contribute to the growth of your practice, whether that's asking for referrals. Yes, absolutely. That's one thing I love about my daily success sheet. And the daily success sheet is an awesome, let me see real quickly if I can find it. If you're in my coaching community or in the boot camp and you're not requiring yourself and your team members to do this daily success sheet, tisk, tisk, tisk. So here's the daily success sheet. Oh yeah. It's got all kinds of cool stuff. Oh, well, it's 2 pages. I can only show you the first page right now. But the daily success sheet keeps everyone on task. Now, what if you say, well, you know, I don't really, and how many doctors aren't even doing sales? Like they don't want the doctor to talk about finances with the practice member, or, you know, like I, as a doctor, I don't want to ask for referrals because I don't want to appear needy. Well, let me ask you something. Do you have a need to fulfill your purpose? Do you have a need to change your community? Do you have a need to share the chiropractic message? I would hope your answer is yes. If you do, ask for referrals. It's an act of love and service. Our group coaching session today for the boot camp was all about our purpose and all about and our responsibility. And I went around the room and specifically asked each and every person in the boot camp, hey, can I count on you this week to tell at least one person about your experience in the boot camp? Why did I do that? Because I know our boot camp community can help other chiropractors. I'm 100% convinced of it. And so every single member in our community is responsible to share that message with others. Just like in your practice, you and your team members are responsible to refer into your office. Why? Well, hopefully because you want to fulfill your purpose of spreading the chiropractic message, of making your community healthier. There's no better way than asking for referrals. So if you require your team members to, all of you said it, I'm looking right now at your answers, absolutely they have to pick up trash. Then absolutely they have to ask for referrals. Now, an asking for referral isn't a, hey, Dr. Hannah, great to see you, doll. All right, so I'm just going to go through real quick and say hi to people. Hey, Dr. Janice and Dr. Rosemary. Hey, girl. Sherry Nelson, Matthew Jennings, Patrina Jackson. Cool, Patrina. So this is like our second time today. Booyah. Sheree, so good to see you. Dr. Amy down south. Sean Andrews, Fred D. Domenico, Brad Williams, Sam March, Abby Stanley, and Maria Schaefer. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad to see all of you. So asking for referrals isn't asking for referrals. Hey, so, Sheree, you've been doing like really good. And I know you really like it here. So, I thought maybe you'd like to take some of my cards and give them to somebody. That is not asking for a referral, because asking for referrals is an act of love and service. Asking for referrals first has to establish the value that your practice member experiences in your office. And remember, value is personal. Value is personal, right? So remember, for anyone to give you money, which is sales, right? For anyone to give you money, the money that they give you must feel less than what they're going to get, right? So if I give you $1,000, whatever I'm going to get for that $1,000, I have to perceive has greater value than that $1,000, right? Or for a chiropractic adjustment, if you charge $55 for a chiropractic adjustment, and I give you $55, I'm saying that has more value than $55. So when asking for referrals, you have to put it in a context of what your practice members value. Now, a few things about human nature. We all want to know that we're making a lasting impact in the lives of others. We all love to feel like other people think that we're important, that they're following us, that they're watching us, right? So in my coaching community, here is the really easy way to ask for a referral. So if let's say Dr. Amy and I were role-playing this right now, I'd say, hey, Amy, let me ask you something. What do you value most about our relationship in your care? And Amy says, oh my gosh, Dr. Barb, I just love the care I'm receiving in the office. And since I've been getting adjusted, I've been sleeping through the night, and I have so much energy to take care of my kids. And my husband thinks I'm like 15 years younger, and I'm able to do a better job at work. That's awesome. Hey, let me ask you something. If I could show you a way to make a lasting impact on the lives of others, would you be interested? And then Amy's like, well, yeah, of course. Beautiful. So who's the first person that comes to mind that you'd like to help see and like be their partner in regaining their health like you have and having more energy, and their spouse saying, wow, you seem 15 years younger? Who's the first person that comes to your mind? And Amy's like, oh, my neighbor. Cool. What's your neighbor's name? Mary. All right, tell me about Mary. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Beautiful. So would you like to partner together to help Mary? And she says, yeah, of course I'd love to partner together to help her. That's why I brought her name up, right? And I say, beautiful. So there are 3 ways that we can do that. Number 1, I can give you a referral gift packet, and the referral gift packet is all kinds of great stuff that she'll enjoy reading, and then scheduling an appointment in my office. Number 2, she can come with you on your next visit, see how we do things here, meet me, ask any questions, watch you get adjusted, and others who are here at that time. Or number 3, she can come with you to Strategies for Healthy Living workshop, where she'll learn how to regain the health that she's lost, how to keep it once she finds it, and how to know if she's a step or 2 away from a health breakthrough, and how chiropractic care is the glue that holds all of that together. So which of those 3 options, referral gift packet, guest on your next visit, or a guest at the Strategies for Healthy Living workshop works best for you? So all of it has to be packaged as in value in the mind of the receiver, not what you think is value in their mind. Because remember, they're not going to exchange their time, they're not going to exchange their energy unless they feel that doing so is going to be greater than the value that they expend for that is greater than what they're going to, what they're giving, right? So if I feel like, oh my gosh, I would love to help my friend, in order for me to take that action, I have to feel like that action is of greater value than the time, the fear, the worry, the whatever, in order to be able to get that. So I want to teach you this about it as well. And all of this, so let me just tell you something. If you or your team members have not had formal sales training, which I think is probably, I don't know, 95% of chiropractors, you are responsible to do it. You are a business owner. And I promise you, you are making less of an impact in your community because you and your team don't know how to do sales. There's specific steps in a sales process and that goes to a close. Of course, the boot camp has that for you. Very specific training for you and your team with assignments so you as the boss can see how everybody's doing in their sales process, their understanding of the sales process, their requirements of the sales process, how to overcome objections, how to turn those objections into opportunities, how to close the deal. All of that, I'm telling you, will make a huge difference in your practice. And if you're going to require them to pick up trash on the floor, please require them to be a participant in the sales and the growth of your practice. Now, you also have to make sure that you can measure this, right? So how do you measure it? The daily success sheet. How do you measure it? Well, you have to know exactly where you are now and where you want to go. How are we going to get there? What 10-yard, 20-yard, 100-yard plays are we going to do in order to hit that mark? I promise you sales is more important than picking up trash on your floor. So if you require that and you're willing to do that, to pick up trash, if you're willing to say, yes, everybody in our team is doing that, then everyone on your team is also responsible for sales. So one of the easy ways in order to grow the sales, so remember that your sales is a function of attracting new business in, as well as obviously making more money, which has to do with individuals buying packages, making sure like your biller, right? Your biller, even if she sits in your back office, if she's taking a check from your office, she is responsible for sales. So everyone that she sends a statement to, is she picking up the phone and saying, hey, you know, I'd love to know who's the first person that comes to mind that you'd love to see following in healthy footsteps and scheduling a checkup in this office? She can do that. You know, one thing that we did, if we put a stamp on an envelope, it had this card in it. It was about this long and about this wide. And on one side, it had a picture of my kids and I and like details about our life. And on the back side, it was all about our practice and then like a couple of testimonials. If an envelope left my office and had a stamp on it, it got one of those cards in it. Because I don't know, when I was sending something, it could be, even if I was sending it to Texas because it was whatever, I don't know, AT&T or whatever, they may know somebody in Michigan that is maybe looking for a chiropractor. It doesn't cost me any more money to put that in an envelope. All it does is take time for me to have that box of envelopes and stuff one of those in there. So always be thinking, what can I do to leverage this? Because remember that as the CEO of your business, everything that you spend, you're required to make 20% profit on that. That's the job of a CEO. So leverage everything and take the time to stop and look how you would do it. I promise it will have a significant impact on work and you working smarter, not harder. Unless you like the grind without getting great results, then I promise you, you're going to want to make the shift to working smarter, not harder. All right, so let me go back to real quickly my last tip about referrals. There are 4 reasons that people don't refer, so there are 4 reasons that they do refer. They refer when they know the way, they know the how, they have the desire, and you ask them. So if you're not asking them, how in the world are they going to know to refer? And I promise you, I have asked for more referrals than probably all of you put together. I love asking for referrals. Why? Because it gives the people that I know an opportunity to make lasting impact in their life. Because here's the deal. Oh, just a second. I'm going to tell you this really cool thing. It's in my 10X journal. Thanks, Frank Cardone. Well, he didn't send it to me. I bought it. But listen, low demand environment is extremely damaging to your experience, to you experiencing your optimum potential. A low demand environment is extremely dangerous to you experiencing your optimum potential. That's why it's important for us to be deaf when someone says you can't do it. It's important for us to be deaf when someone says it's impossible. It's vital for us to be deaf when anyone tries to put limits on us. For the people who are saying these things or suggesting this to you, they've already given up on their own dreams. And so in order to make themselves feel better, they're trying to get you to come down to their level. Well, guess what? The same is true for our practice members and the people that they're surrounding themselves with. So it's not, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that if you're hanging around with individuals who vibrate here, right, then you're going to have to donate vibrational frequency to them because there's supposed to be this balance. So when my practice members, they come into my office, they get adjusted, they feel like $1 million, they leave and they go home, and everyone that they're around is unhealthy. They're pessimist. They say, like your chiropractor is a whack job or whatever they happen to say. That brings down their vibrational frequency, that brings down their healing energy, and therefore they can't be as healthy. Well, guess what? By asking for a referral, I can change their level of vibrational frequency, because now they can tell their friends, their family members to come in, get a checkup, become a member of my community, raise their own vibrational frequency. So now you have families that are all up here instead of one down here and one up here, this one having to donate so they're all balanced. And then the family as a whole is at a net loss for health because they're not all getting checked. So if you really want to change the families who come into your office, if you really want to change people's lives, ask for referrals. You're doing them a favor. When they surround themselves with healthy, happy, optimistic individuals, they give themselves the breeding ground to they themselves raise their vibrational frequency and to be better. Let's face it, we all want to be around Ethel Enthusiastic instead of Debbie Downer. So remember, put your hands over your ears for anyone says you can't. Put your hands over your ears for anyone who wants to steal your dreams, your ideas, your imaginations. You can do it, but you probably need help. And not like asking for help isn't because you're weak. Asking for help, that's what all the greats do. We all step up and ask those that we know who are doing what we want to do. We ask them for help. Why? Well, obviously it reduces the learning curve. Obviously it makes things a lot easier. Then we don't have to make as many mistakes. So I hope that was helpful. And please, if you're requiring your team, and I've got evidence of all of you right here. I didn't take a screenshot, but maybe I will so you don't go and erase it. If you're requiring them to pick up trash and shine your bathroom, please require them to participate in the sales of your business. And if you don't know how, get help. I can help you. I can help you and your team so much, but you won't know until we get on the phone. So schedule a coaching session with me and we'll be so glad that you did. At least you'll know, because I know all of you watching this, you've heard about the boot camp. So why don't you find out more? All right, peace out. I gotta go.